Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars Galaxy of Yeti coming to you with it's a little roster update for a guildie and a viewer, Moosbart. So last time we talked to him, we kind of pointed him in the direction of General Skywalker, but as you can see from his arena team, that's fairly complete. And so he was asking me what he should do next, so I figure now is a very good time to have a look-see. You can see he's running a pretty fancy fleet there. I'm digging it, digging it. Number one as usual. There we go. Let's go have a look. Alright, so he's added quite a bit of relics since our last video. Let's just start working through some teams and seeing what's there and seeing what possibly might be needed to be worked on anyway. Okay, so he's got he's got some starring and stuff, so first orders that. Just check to see what his resistance is like for that possibility. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, there's no Holdo and no Rose. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Galactic Legend Ray fan, so I wouldn't be pointing in that direction. Let's take a look at his Separatists, see where everything is. That is a pretty nice bunch of Separatists, if I do say so myself. Let's look at his Sith Empire. Ah! Yas. Yas. Okay, whoops. Let's go here. Okay. Scion needs work. Nihilus isn't done. Treya's pretty low still. Oh, there's a couple of gaps. There's a couple of things. Sadly, like one of my favorite teams, but they're losing viability. Sadly, I mean they're still very, very useful. Obviously, Tal's needs a little bit of work there. Just some gear. She's not that difficult to gear. Spirit needs a little bit of gear. Once again, not too difficult. Let's go have a look-see here. He's got his Jedi all sorted. Shakti's got about to go G13. Bear's about to go G13. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's look here. He's even got Cody all done. Nice. Nice. So basically the biggest gaps that I'm seeing are going to be Darth Revan, Treya, and then probably finishing out, let's see, decent bounty hunters. He's got 5, he can run Django with Seps even. So yeah, that's really the biggest thing I'm seeing right now. Where we're missing is you can go Darth Revan and grab Malak, which is wouldn't be, I mean, obviously I can't see where Juhani is, and Karth and stuff, but, well, I can actually. Why don't I look at Old Republic? Duh. Okay, so Karth's got some stars, Juhani. Oof. He's about 3 months away, probably, from Malak, judging by what I see here. Maybe 4 months. But then he's also, his closest one I would say is here. I bet you he's closer with his First Order than he is with his Resistance. So the idea of going for Galactic Legend Kylo is also, I mean, just in general gearing, it's going to take a while. Maybe 4 or 5 months off of Galactic Legend Kylo as is. But I'm just trying to think, he wouldn't really, if he uses all of his energy on starring, he could work on both, but then the gearing will go slower. So it's a give and take, sorry. Yeah, so where I'm seeing it right now is, you know, there's work that needs doing in your account, and it's a tough call, because obviously right now Galactic Legends are everything, but at the same time, you're missing some of the key squads, I think, like Darth Revan Malak, like Treya. They're just not quite worked on enough. You know, getting a decent JTR and First Order team to round out your roster is also not a bad idea. You know, obviously one can be skipped for the other if necessary. I personally would go, and I would definitely get my Treya team up. G12 across the board, maybe a relic on Scion even. It just depends on how long you want us to pause before maybe working on a Galactic Legend. I don't even know if you want a Galactic Legend, but that. The other one is while I'm gearing and finishing out the starring on Traya, Darcion, and Nihilus, I would absolutely work on Malik. It's one of those where Malik has more viability now than General Skywalker, which, because of the basically the buff to Kylo, really hurts those 501st counters. So it's kind of important to have a counter to a Galactic Legend. If you were to meet one in GAC or in our territory wars or something, you might want to be able to take one out. So I think the Darth Revan Sith Empire are the best team as a base for countering the Galactic Legends. So that's what I would do with the idea of in the 3 months or whatever that I'm finishing out my gearing on, you know, Traya, Nihilus, and Scion. I'm starring up Bastila and Juhani and getting them and Karth and getting them ready for Darth Revan and or the Malik event. And then as soon as basically I get Darth Revan to about G8, G9, G10, I'd be running the Malik event, trying to get through, because your light side are more than good enough from what I saw. Well, when Zalabar and Mission are G12 anyway, that's really kind of going to be the separator, them being able to get into the arena. But what I was saying was his Jolie and JKR and Bastila looked good enough. They were, I think all three were relic from what I remember when we were flipping through his squads there. But that's basically where I'm pointing right now, is let's get your Sith and Sith Empire. Let's get those popping. I would go that route rather than focusing directly on Galactic Legend Kylo. If you want to go straight to Galactic Legend Kylo, I still recommend doing it this way, because like I said, Malik has Darth Revan Malik Sith Empire team is gonna be done faster than you'd be ready for Galactic Legend Kylo. I mean, it's tough because it might take you 5 months to get Galactic Legend Kylo. Maybe, I don't know how long it's going to take to gear everybody, get all the relics and everything, and maybe you get it faster, maybe you get it 4 months, and in that, it's probably better to get him before Malik, because you know you're still probably 3 months away from Malik. It's so tough. It's really tough now. It's really tough, but you're going to have a harder time in GAC and such farming for Galactic Kylo first. That said, the payoff is much bigger. So, man, that's a tough call. It's a really tough call. Definitely think that Traya, Nihilus, Scion are worth taking to 12. I think that's going to be just, you're going to have to make that decision. I think it's one of those. I recommend going the Malik route, but then again, if you really want to focus and are willing to kind of drop everything and go for First Order, you getting Kylo probably a month after you would have got Malik, so maybe that's better. Just depends on how patient you are and how you're willing to sit on those goals. That said, maybe with everything that's happening with CG right now, with losing China and everything like that, maybe they start kicking out Galactic Legends faster. Then I genuinely don't know. Like, what will the viability of Kylo be? Like, I just don't know. All I'm aware of is that you need the starring. So, I mean, Sith Trooper is going to take you a while to go from 3 stars to 7 stars. I mean, that's, if you're doing just singles, man, that's like 4 or 5 months or something. So, I mean, that's really, you're time locked. You're time locked that way. So in that way, it looks, unless I mean, you might be time locked the same way with Juhani. Yeah. Unless you're hiding shards that I can't see, you're kind of in this weird spot where the teams that are necessary for you aren't starred up, and you're a bit of ways from getting them. So there's that. I mean, that's something I guess I'll have to find out from you as it goes. I mean, I would love to see some more gear on Talzin there just to round out that team. But yeah, it's an interesting situation, like where you are. It's all nice, yeah. So like Sarge and Cody, yeah, like they're not too far away from relics themselves. Jesus. Yeah, so you could actually have really good Shock T team, or just do full clones and then run Shock T with Padme and General Skywalker with JKR. There's a lot of options there. You got a lot of options in your account. Some of the stuff that you worked on. Your bounty hunters make it easy for you to split off Django and send Django to go play with Dooku and such. So there's that. Definitely that. Well, all right. I think that's about it for now. Like I said, you're still pretty far away from actually getting to Kylo, and you're still pretty far away from getting to Malik. But those two teams kind of need to happen. I think at this juncture, I mean, the way the game is moving, Sith Empire is a must-have, sort of like Jedi Revan was a must-have, even though it wasn't meta. It's working that way now, where Sith Empire are the counters. And I really like the usability of Traya and stuff, so I like them. I think that's going to be... I think no matter what, if you're going for Kylo or you're going for Sith Empire first, I think you need to finish starring up and gearing Traya, Nihilus, and Scion as you're farming the stars to work on the next team you're going to do, whichever one you go with. I think that's a very, very good move in terms of the overall usability of your account. Traya is just so easy to send 3 against 5 in GAC and get a nice solid 59 banner win, or yeah, 59 banner win. So I think that's it. You know, we've covered your account a couple of times now, so I think that's the best advice I can give you in terms of where you should go with it, and you're gonna have to make the decision on whether you go for the Galactic Legend new, or if you're going to fill out the older stuff and get after Malik. Either way, both of those should be your probably next move after gearing up. You know, finishing gearing up like Talzin's really easy. It shouldn't be too bad. You can take Talzin to G11 and leave her there, and she's very easy to get to G11. So there's that. And you can leave Spirit at G11. That's totally fine. And then, yeah, that's where I see it now. And as always, buddy, you have a good one.